So my name's Conor O'Driscoll. I'm the VP of OTC Platforms at DevExperts, and I'm here today to talk to you about a new product that DevExperts have launched for the CFD market. DevExperts have recently launched a chatbot, which operates as an intelligent assistant for traders. What that simply means is we've launched a chatbot which allows your clients to interact with your broker by messenger services. So today we'll be running through the chatbot, its use cases, a product demo, and then we'll have a small Q&A at the end if we have time. Now, before I go into much information on the chatbot itself, I'd like to introduce DevExperts for those of you who don't know who we are. DevExperts is a fintech firm. We've been building trading platforms and trading-related software for the best part of 17 years, which really means we've been fintech before fintech really became the buzzword that it is today. In general, we number about 400 employees across 6 countries. Our trading platforms have been used by over 6 million users worldwide, and we have about 25 industry awards for innovation and design. And in terms of innovation, that takes us to our newest product, which we've labeled DevExa. DevExa is an intelligent assistant for traders. It started as a chatbot, but we prefer not to call it a chatbot as the functionality we've built into DevExa goes far greater than any basic chatbot. Simply put, users can integrate and white label DevExa to your brokerages, allowing your users to communicate with your brokerage via messenger services or via their smart speakers. DevExa allows your users to communicate with a brokerage, easily having their questions and queries answered, requesting market data, or actually pulling up their account metrics, or also trading directly from their messenger. Today, we'll be running through 2 demos towards the end of the presentation. One with Google Assistant to explain how it works via voice activation, and one via Telegram to give a more rounded view of how it works. Now, I'm curious you're all a little bit interested to see how this works and what DevExa is. So we'll take a quick look at the setup of DevExa. I won't spend too much time on this, and I know it's quite a busy slide, so I'd just like to walk you through it quickly. Along the left, you have your users, which would be your brokerage clients, the messenger services that we currently offer, and the smart speakers that we currently offer. Along the right, you have the integrations that we have with third parties. So these would be your brokerage integrations. The trading platforms that we offer. So the most popular retail trading platforms being CTrader, MT4, MT5, and DevExpert's own platform, DXTrade. On top of that, we can integrate trading signals, data sources such as Morningstar or our own DX feed, broker operations, so we integrate with your own live chat or with your CRM operations, and we also integrate with news providers such as FX Street. I now bring it to the center of the chart, which is DevExa, and where we have the admin app. The admin app is what allows your brokerage to control the responses that DevExa gives to your clients when they ask a question. DevExa, which is in the middle, basically uses natural language processing and the backend that's been developed by DevExperts to provide 60 skills across 8 languages. What DevExa actually does is take simple English commands and requests from your messenger services and converts them into an action against one of these third parties or with a response that comes from the admin app. An example of that would be a user typing into Facebook Messenger, €. Eurodollar will then return a top-of-book quote, which we pull from a market data provider or the platform, and return that quote back to your messenger. Another example would be buy 1 lot cable, or even buy 1 cable. What DevExa will do is take that simple command of buy 1 cable, it will convert buy 1 to buy market order of 1 lot, it will convert cable to GBP USD, it will return a confirmation request to the user. Once the user hits confirm, we'll then place the trade with the necessary platform, and then the response is given back to the user again. Also, what DevExa is a key part of being a chatbot is that it allows users to ask questions with automated responses. Not just canned responses that you have. DevExa can pick up a number of different iterations of how a question is answered. That is part of the technology we use and part of what brokers can set up. So that allows brokers to answer questions using an automated level of customer support. We also have an API, which you have here. So if you don't want to use just the messengers, you can actually connect DevExa to your website, or you could connect DevExa directly to a widget or an app. We believe the interaction that all of this allows in a simple language through your messenger services or through smart speakers adds great value to a brokerage. But the simple thing is, what value does it really add? So DevExa provides a new communication channel. This is an automated way of you communicating with your users using DevExa and their messenger services. One important point to note about this communication channel is that it can be existing clients and prospective clients who use Devexa. Use your messenger services to communicate with your broker. That allows Devexa to operate as a marketing tool. Lead generation and market acquisition are definitely possible within Devexa. You can place landing pages, you can place hyperlinks to route users and potential new clients to your brokerage. Reports and research within chatbots has shown that they heighten conversion rates, and we believe that that's certainly possible with you using Devexa. Also, what you should see is increased customer satisfaction rates. This comes simply because you're actually providing an automated customer support tool, which means you'll reduce client wait times, increase responsiveness, and also improve overall satisfaction rates. That's what we expect you to see when you use Devexa for customer support. And finally, we allow users to access their trading account information or to actually trade. So you have the option whereby you can allow them to access and integrate with an MT4, whereby they pull up information such as balance, positions, or you can actually let them go one step further and let it become an extension of your trading platform. By extension of your trading platform, we mean that we're creating a new method for users to trade their accounts with your brokerage. We believe that this would also help improve increased volumes and give users an easier way to interact with your platform. Fair enough, I'll admit all brokers have an app. Everybody has apps for trading, but it's also evident and highly proven that messenger services have the highest screen usage out of all apps that people use nowadays. It may be competing for their time, but considering it's interacting with your brokerage, all we're doing is giving a new avenue for users to interact with your broker and to trade. It's not competing, it's an extension. So all we're doing is providing users with a new way of interacting with your broker. Now, I know when most people hear of trading via Messenger or trading via a smart speaker, everybody thinks security straight away and wonders how it works. With Dev Experts, we will walk through your security concerns and we'll factor in what you want to protect this in terms of security. The linking already involves a level of security, but in today's world, people may want to go further, and we can factor in things such as two-factor authentication for anybody who wants to trade via Messenger. In terms of trading, what we currently offer are market orders, pending orders, and alerts. So users can set a custom alert. That alert, when triggered, will send a message to you via your messenger service, similar to receiving a message in WhatsApp or Telegram from a friend. Overall, we believe allowing users to interact with their brokers on the go is a benefit that most clients don't receive nowadays. Most people tend to go to their broker when there's an issue. We want to alleviate that and offer a new way of a user interacting with their broker on the go on a regular basis. With that, we come to the element of the customer support side of how this all works. Chatbots offer an auto channel for your customer support. We all know customer support, especially in the CFD industry, deal with nothing but needless chats a lot of the time. They deal with repeat conversations and regular complaints that really aren't complaints. What this does is it detracts from real issues and results with users spending more time dealing with needless chats than they are actually solving client complaints. Ideally, we want to try and alleviate these issues. These things are demoralizing for your customer support operators. So what Devexa does is it steps in as a new front line of customer support. When I talk about the interactions, I think we all know what I'm referring to, the usual questions of, are you a market maker? Are you regulated? What's the minimum deposit? Stuff that really a user could find on a website, but they don't want to because people, in all honesty, can be lazy when it comes to having to interact and find information. What we see Devexa doing is becoming your new front line of customer support through your messenger services. How that works is Devexa is there 24/7. It's a customer support operator that doesn't get tired, it doesn't take breaks, it can handle infinite chats at any period of time, and it can operate across any number of languages. What that also means in terms of languages is if you're a broker who has gaps in your languages for customer support, for instance, if you have no Vietnamese support from midnight till 8 o'clock in the morning, Devexa can handle those chats. So while there's no guarantee it will handle every question, the user at least can interact in its own language without a customer support operator having to use Google Translate to try and reply. What we believe all of this will offer to you as a broker is improved customer satisfaction, reduced costs, and improved response times in terms of customer queries and complaints. We don't just expect your customer satisfaction rates to increase, we would also expect your marketing and your acquisition and retention rates to increase. Devexa operates as a two-way communication, which means that you can choose a group of clients who've interacted with you via Messenger and send them a message directly to their mobile. This can be a new marketing campaign, it can be the news of the NFP release, or it could be simply a change of margin requirements before the British election. This two-way communication allows your marketing departments to have a new way of interacting with your users. Devexa is also an acquisition tool, and we'll demonstrate how all of that works in the demo today. But what it basically means is that you can input landing pages and improve lead generation by using a product such as Devexa. And further to all of this, Devexa allows you to analyze the chats and the interactions that your users have been having inside the Messenger. All of this should allow your marketing department to actually improve what they're doing in terms of acquiring data and targeting clients for marketing campaigns. All of this, we believe, all of this should result in a benefit to your overall clients. Now, the tool is built for improvements in both clients' experience with a broker and for a broker to have improved operations. But being honest, it's built for clients, so the benefits will be to them more than they are to the broker. Your clients should see greater benefits in trading, having instant support, easy access to your brokerage at all times, and being able to access in multiple languages 24/7. Devexa, we believe, fills a gap that currently exists within the CFD market. There's nothing like this for customer support and for CFD brokers at this current moment in time. Right now, you can buy out-of-the-box solutions, but none of them will be integrated with the providers we have, and it's taken us about over a year and a half of R&D to take the product where it is today to be ready to bring it to market. In terms of chatbots, they're not new in financial services. These are some of the financial services companies that already offer chatbots. So again, the CFD industry is a bit behind the curve when it comes to actually having a chatbot in the industry. So we believe that we fill that gap, and we believe that we end up providing brokers with a great tool that will help enhance their overall brokerage. So I think it's enough of me talking about it. I may as well show you a little bit of what Devexa actually does. So I feel like I should be wearing a turtleneck for this. This is Devexa, and we're going to interact with Google Assistant. So.
Opening Google Assistant.
Okay.
Get things done.
Talk to Trading Advisor.
Let's get Trading Advisor.
Hi finance magnates, I'm Devexa, your intelligent trading advisor. I am here to show you everything I can do and how I can help your brokerage.
Okay, so this is Devexa. We're now having a chat with Devexa via Google Assistant. It's pretty cool, isn't it? So we mentioned that you can pull market data and that we can use simple language for it to work. So why don't we start by pulling up a quote? Cable.
Please specify the instrument type.
Cable.
Did you mean GBP USD? GB.
All right. We'll stop him talking every now and then, but you can see it goes straight to our market data provider and pulls back the most recent quote of GBP USD. This is just some of what Devexa can do to pull a single language command and make it easy for a user to do this. We also said we're interacting with news. News. I won't let him read all of today's news, but this is directly from FX Street. So this is an interaction of how we interact with news and how a user can pull that up. This can be with any third-party news provider, anybody who you want to interact with. So we can plug in these providers if you want them and if you want to have them working with Devexa. As long as they have an API for us to connect to, we can make all of this work. So I said that the admin allows you to answer questions that you don't want to answer and you don't want your customer support to do. So should I buy gold?
Sorry, but I cannot give you investment advice. Let me know if I can help by providing you with information related to current or past.
So there we have an example of how Devexa will deal with a query that a user comes with that you don't want your customer support to get bogged down with. Usually you get these people, they're not rare. Anybody who's worked in sales or customer support knows these types of issues always come to you. So we've talked a little bit about what it can do in terms of the admin, but the cool stuff we may as well really get into now. So this is linked to an MT4 trading account. So let's have a look. Balance.
The funds on your...
So we'll use this by just demoing it here, but you can see it's pulled up my funds immediately from my MT4 account. Positions.
B2 broke.
And there's my most recent position that I entered just before we came in today. So this is how it interacts. And if you're a broker, this can be as far as you want to take it. We can allow it just be an information source where you can connect your account and you can pull the information on the go. Or we can go a step further, buy 2 gold.
Please confirm your request to place a buy market order for 2 lots on XAU USD at the current market price.
Okay, so before I confirm, there's 2 things that you should all notice here, actually 3. 1, buy was done by Google Assistant as BY. Devexa immediately realized what I was trying to say and converted it to a buy order. It then took that buy order and converted it to a buy market order, the 2 for 2 lots, and gold was converted to XAU USD. If I tap confirm,
Your order has been sent.
my order has now been placed.
Perhaps we can
Unfortunately, he's still listening. So positions,
B2 broke.
and you can now see my new order is there. This is a way of Devexa interacting with it and actually connecting to your trading platform to allow you to trade. Now, what we're going to do to finish off, close all positions.
Please confirm you would like to close.
Confirm.
Your close orders have been sent.
Okay.
You currently have
And I currently have no open positions. That's an example of how we use Devexa with Google Assistant. And because that is one way of it working, I want to briefly show you, while we still have some time, how it works with Telegram. All right, so this is Devexa with Telegram. Obviously, I pre-programmed the question to ask how the workshop is going and if you all like Devexa. I'm going to take it that you do so far. So the reason I wanted to show you how it works in a messenger service as well is because different messengers and different tools have different functionality. So Google Assistant is a little limited compared to what we could do with Telegram. So with Telegram, it's a little bit easier for me to interact and to actually pull up some information. Now, we know when a user is going to use Devexa that they're not going to know how it all works immediately. It's not just a chatbot. A chatbot just chats. Devexa allows you to interact with your platforms and do a huge amount more. So you can see that immediately we use a help guide to allow a user navigate through the chatbot. That help guide allows your users to know it's not just a chatbot. It can do more. It can link with your account. It can place alerts. It could do all of these things. So we also mentioned that it's a marketing tool. So again, we have the quote, but on Telegram, I can place these buttons. So I can show the chart, or I can look at buy and sell. So buy and sell are actually links to a landing page. This is what I mean by using it for lead generation. If your user types in open an account, we can immediately put a link there that if they click open an account, it takes them to a landing page. And you'll see straight away it's pulled my name, and it's pulled the most recent instrument that I've actually used. So it can your marketing can use information from the chat directly to actually interact with Telegram and use it for landing pages and for your marketing. But we can actually go a little bit further than that if we really wanted to. If you want to do your KYC, or if you want to have lead generation, you can do that within this chat. You can open an account, and from there you can request first name, last name, email for lead generation, or we can plug in your full KYC process. All of that can interact with your CRM, and we can pull all the information that you need for a KYC there, and then you contact the person and look for their documents. So on top of that, this is a way of acquiring clients. This is an absolutely brilliant benefit of what we can do with Devexa. On top of that, we also mentioned that it interacts with market data. So we'll take a quick look at Tesla. So these are the Tesla fundamentals that I pulled from my market data provider. So this comes from DXFeed, our sister company, but you can see immediately I'm able to pull market data. I could pull each of these individually if a user wants. So you can pick market cap. You could look at the most recent chart to see how it's moving by minute data. All of this works for it. And as I'm literally just finishing on time, I'll finish up with the one nice piece, which is alert me when cable is below 2. Or sorry, below 1. I'll try. Hopefully not below 2. Okay. So now I have a live alert. I put in pretty simple English, alert me when cable is below 2. We also intend on actually adding this type of functionality for trading. So, let me buy cable when it's below 1. We'll actually place a limit order when cable's at 1. It will come back for your confirmation, but it will take your simple English command and turn it into an action. and then we can see all of the alerts that we have live. So, ladies and gents, thank you very much for your time. We'll say goodbye to Devexa. And as she said, if you have any questions, please feel free to ask me or come and see DevExperts at booth 78. Perfect. Thank you very much.